Morning everyone. Starting now to look at my kitchen cabinets. So the first thing I did there was, you can see I cut a couple of tablets of 2 units. So I'm intended to use 2 units. I just want to see what type of room I have left in the van for walking up through and stuff. And to set it out before I start making anything, it gives me an idea of what I've left in the opening there. I don't want to come out too much into the door. I don't mind coming out a bit, alright, but some of them are very narrow on some of those vans. It doesn't really suit me that. I like a bit of room. So when I'm coming in, I want to be able to stand here say look at the side of the chairs. I wouldn't want to come much more further than the front of this chair. So I set them out. That gives me an idea roughly what I want. And then when I get settled, I want to incorporate this wee gas stove. So that's going to determine the size of the second unit. So it's a double burner, and I'll have a gas tank in the garage area. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. I'm just going to study the form here before I do any cutting, any marking up or anything. So I'll get back to you once I get some type of idea what way I'm going to approach this. I'm just trying to work out here. We're going to have 2 canisters under the sink, one for fresh water and one for dirty water, grey water. So I'm just checking out the sizes of them on my cardboard to make sure they get in. I'm going to put a wee pump in one for the water for dishes and bits and pieces, and make sure they fit into my unit before I proceed much further. So I've done that, and I've an idea of what size the first one's going to be. The second one, I just haven't got the sizes of it yet, but I'll work that out in the next half an hour or so. Just taking that canister away. By the way, just make sure when you're doing your first fixing of the wiring, always plan ahead where you think your kitchen's going to go and bits and pieces like that, because it's too late afterwards. You'll never get the wires in. So I had an idea that's where our unit, we didn't know exactly where it was going, but that's roughly the position. And the same with the rest of the wiring. We had all the first fixing in roughly where we think we needed it. And just a wee bit of prep work before you start proceeding on ahead with the van, particularly at the start of the build. Oh, by the way, this bit of plastic. But the dog away for a wee run there yesterday, and I didn't want him slobbering up again. The first thing they do when we open the window is they go to most dogs will always go to the fresh air of the window. So we'll put this up, and it deterred him alright. It stopped him from slobbering in there, so he settled himself. So hopefully the next couple of runs will make wee short runs. Take him for a run, let him out, take him for a run, let him out. Give him a wee drop of water. It means that when he comes back in, we want him laying on the floor. I'll take a wee bit of training, but I think I can do it alright. Okay, talk to you later. Alright, so the next thing I come down here and I scratch just roughly the size of the unit. And I'm not taking into consideration the thickness of the timber, but I'm going to use 15mm ply. And the reason I'm using 15, I know it's a little bit heavy, is because if any unit is going to get knocked about, it's going to be this one, the kitchen unit. They might get thumped in wee bits and pieces, so I'm going to make it out of a strong bit of plywood. So that gives me a rough indication there, 600 by about 420, and a wee bit of a plinth there, a wee bit of a toe kicker there, so that you can, the toe can slide in underneath. I don't know if you need it or not, but it's better doing it, because if nothing else, it lifts the door off the ground that wee bit. If you do put a mat in, at least that way the door can open and not hit it. So we'll see what happens. Take it from there. Okay, we come up with some type of throwing here roughly. That's the first one there. The first unit is going to hold the sink, and this is going to hold the gas. I haven't just detailed this in here, but this one here, I'm going to use a corner bracket on it, aluminium corner, which is this boy here, aluminium extrusion. So it's a corner, and that corner I'm only using, which you come in through here. I have corner here, corner here, corner here. So all I need is 3 long corners. This is buttoned up again the garage wall, so you'll not see nothing there. So the corner bracket is 20mm. So I have to allow 20mm of 600, take 20 off it, which is the 580. And then I come back 420. So again 20mm off this side, which is 400. Leave me there. And this one's buttoned into the front panel, So if I take 15 mil ply I'm using, so 405 and the 15 will give me 420 as well. And then the back wall is, I take 15 mil and 15 for 2 gables, and in between is 570 and the 2 15s will add up to 600 as well outside. So that's what I come up with at the minute. So maybe that's a wee bit of a cutting list, so I'll have to start doing a wee bit of cutting, see what happens. Okay, so there's my cabinet there, just roughly. You can see where I put these stickers on it, so I knew which cable switch and bits and pieces, because there's an angle on this one. There's none on this one, but that makes a difference then on this side cable, because that bloody angle there, you have to less 20 mil, and this hasn't got it. So every one is all different sizes, but I drew it out from a wee bit of paper before I started. So that's roughly the carcass. Now this is where the sink's going to go. This is the sink here. We've just got it in, and the Albelo sink, I'm not awfully sure, but I've pulled the top of it. Maybe you can pull that out from it, could you? If you can get it out.
I know. I'd hold this, maybe you can get it better than me. Right. It's like Christmas every time Mr. Prime comes up the lane.
That's the bottom there.
Yeah.
Alright. So I take it that's the way she goes there.
Yeah.
And the fittings are inside her. Yeah.
What?
It's it's a flimsy enough way. Oh, maybe it's not. Not too
No,
bad.
once it's in, I'd say it'll be.
Yeah.
You know, once it's in situ.
Yeah. So that's the fittings inside her. Wee gaskets and bits and pieces to seal underneath it, I'd say. And that's the kit. Oh, it's a good size.
It's decent. It's
Yeah,
all
it's a
we
good
need.
size. The top will sit up here and then it can fold down. In relation to my where she's going, right, I can cut a wee bit out of this front panel here, even cut half it out if need be, and bring it forward. I'll have to do that, bring it forward.
Yeah.
And then she'll just sit up like that. So that's grand. And the two 20-litre bottles will go underneath.
Yeah.
And I'll have power in there for a wee switch and a wee pump. Okay, folks, that's it. I'd like it the next one made. I'll set her in the van, just see how she goes. So I just carried the wee unit into the van here. So that's roughly something it'll be. Okay, it might be back here a wee bit. But again, it pays to do the wiring. There's one up there and one down there, so we've no shortage of wires. And that's grand. Right, I still have another one to do and a worktop and get that covered. So that's it anyway. So far so good. I like these wee angle boys here because there's no bumping off bits and pieces. I'm going to put another one on this one and out here. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, talk to you later. Okay, this cabinet here put on a quarter on that side, and the hinge has to sit flush again that gable. So when I cut that door out. So I left it about 1 mil per hour. So what I'll do is I'll run a router there. It's just a wee flush. I don't know if it'll zoom in on that or not, but it's a wee flush cutter, and I'll just run that up the side of it, and the wheel hits the inside, and that keeps that dead straight. So that'll leave that edge nice and straight. So it just keeps it dead flush the whole way up the side of the unit. So I put my hinge on here. When the door opens up, it'll open up 15 mil, same as that. So it'll open from inside, open up. So that's how she's looking at the moment. She's getting there. Just takes a bit of time. We're going to cover a unit with this here. DC fix. It's German manufactured. It's heat resistant. Now, okay, it's not as hard as Formica, so don't mind saying it is, but I mean it's certainly light. So I'm going to give it a go anyway, and it's self-adhesive. And if it doesn't work out, look it, I'll rip it off and I'll Formica the unit. So, but I think this should be okay. People do use it in kitchens. I have never used it before. But there's a first time for everything, so we'll try it here now anyway, see how it goes. the stainless steel corner cover. We'll take that cover off. That's just the way that is there. Work top comes straight out over the top of it. And that there will fold down a wee bit. Yeah. That's grand. That's my unit in there anyway. No door on it just yet. The hinges aren't here yet. So I'll have to wait to see it when they come. They'll be here tomorrow. Okay, talk later. Okay, folks, today I was going to start to wire up my my water, just to put a wee pump. It's just a wee Chinese pump, wee pump out of Amazon, and it is 10 litres a minute. Now I've got another one I'm going to use for the shower. Now this is a more expensive one. It's a German pump, and it's 20 litres per minute. And that per minute, yeah, 20 litres per minute, yeah. 1.1 bar, and this is 0.5 bar, so only half a bar, and this is 1.1 bar, so it's double the size. So that should make a good shower out of that one. Anyhow, I wasn't sure what to do with this. As you can see there, I placed the mess. I've that much stuff out. I've plumbing stuff, and I've jointers, and I've different sizes of pipes, and anyhow, I come up with a bit of this bit of pipe I had laying around the shed. Now it wouldn't fit, so I heated it up. At the bottom is rubber. It's an underground heating pipe actually, which fucking put in the house, and they pitted over a period of time, so they did. Anyhow, heated it up and put it over the top of this. I wanted something easy so that I can get in and out fairly handy. So I did that. I just put that over that. I brought this up. You can buy these, I believe you can buy these on Amazon. I sort of made this temporary up there, shoved that up through the middle of it because I was coming out on this side, which is internal, which it does reduce the diameter of the flow. But as a result then you probably have more pressure, so you can't have everything. And then I just dealt a wee hole to the side of it, fairly tight. As you can see, I've done a pile of pilot holes just to make sure I've got it real tight. So I've got it real tight there, so I've either up a silicone or anything at all if it splashes. And that'll come out. So I measured it down into my drum. I bought that drum on Amazon. I think it was £11, I think. So all I'm going to do, I measured it. So when I put that in, it'll go to the bottom. Now it might float, I don't know yet. If it does, I'll have to put a bit of weight on it. And I wanted something that I can just pop onto this and pop it off when I go to fill it. So I screw that down into this. This is the setup here, roughly. And as you can see, I've done pilot holes and a pile of stuff. And that's screwed in. So that's what you should see there. Now I haven't just finished yet, but my intentions is that when I get this one here rigged up some road to the top, that when I go to take it out, I can just maybe not so handy. Oh, there's there. Yeah, there's there. So all I want is a pipe from there to my top, and then when I go to take it out, pop that up and take it out. Now again, that just doesn't seem the sweetest for some reason. It might be different. I don't know if that'll leak or not. It doesn't seem that awfully firm there, but we'll see. I have other ones there somewhere along the line. I don't know where they are, but I have another one there somewhere. So what else I'm going to try. So what I'll do is I'll bring it over to the van here and get a wee bit of power hooked into it. Okay, all I'm going to do is hook on these wires here temporary. Instead of crocodile clips, I'm just going to put it into the van. So if I could just get these on here, just temporary sort of thing. Wait and say so well. Anyhow. As long as those two wires don't touch, as long as those two wires down there don't touch, which they're not, and I'll hook this on to my battery just for the crack. I'll tell you, I put it away from the van. So, right, I'll hook this onto the battery. And this is the cheap Chinese one. Now the other one will be stronger. So I just reset it, crocodile clip that on. And I'll just touch this one. Oh, I'll just touch this one. Don't know if you can see this or not. Now again, as I say, this is just the wee cheap one. So I'm gonna just put this wee boy in here. Let's see. Look at the height of that there, boy. Oh, out of water. Now, that could be a case of her floating. I don't know, because there's water in that drum. We'll have to check that out. Anyhow. Oh. So, as you can see, there's a drop of water on the drum there. A couple of inches. So if it's not lifting it, it means it's either too short or it's floating. So I'll have to check that out. Okay, I've discovered why she wasn't lifting the water at the bottom. Because the red pipe had been coiled up tight in a 6-inch circle. She was just going back into her old shape again. So I just had to straighten that a wee bit. So that then you might have to straighten it another wee bit. You can see there's a wee bit of a curve on it. But it'll go straight to the bottom there now because I've taken that curve out of it. Okay, this is the hole back in again. So if I wanted that I can lift this out like that, if that's possible, and also put it down in. Now I need a wee bit of hose to go from here, and on this end here, I have 2 hoses coming out, hot and cold. I don't know which is which, to be honest. I plugged one in, so just in case the water would run right round the circle. On this side here, I have put on a drain plug. Now I don't know if this will work or not. So I have the drain plug opened. Now there is a wee olive in there. I'm hoping that the water will not seep out through this wee bit and only go out through here. So if that's the case, then I'll leave that open. Once I hit the pump, it should go right round. So I'm not sure what way it'll work until I get it plumbed up. So I'll go on ahead here and I'll do this wee bit here and then I get back. Okay. Now this wee boy on, he's tightened up. And the next thing I want to do is get a pipe from here onto this side. And let's see how that goes. And that's just the wee end of the pipe I'm going to use there. So I'll get that connected up here next and I'll get back to you. Just by the way, this top here I've on, everything's just temporary. It's not even screwed in, as you can see. Everything's just sitting there. So that's the wee sink there we bought. So I'll say that once I get everything tightened up and all, look, I'll screw everything in permanently. But at the moment, and even the power down there, I need to get it tidied up a wee bit. And I have a switch here on the side which will work this. It's meant to work this pump. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, I'll talk to you in 5 minutes. Okay, so I got this wee short pipe here. I put that in on it, just shoved it in and tightened it up. On this side here, that's actually a drain plug from some old hot press tank. You open it up, or even from a burner, I can't remember. But anyhow, I'm hoping this will work here. I've left that hose fairly long. So what I intend to do is get this round. Like, I don't want to kink this damn thing. So I'll just bear with me. Right, so my intention is pull that up. No, that's not. So I just do it one hand here. That's it, it's on. Okay. So that's, I'm going to spin that around a wee bit. That's what it looks like there. So it's going to come up. Right, now I'd have to secure this because that next thing that's going to kink in me, that's a very light hose. That's open. But I'll know if it'll work. I'll just have to go and put a a thing on there to catch the water. So I'll do that. But as I speak on that damn thing's dropping all the time, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to kink here. So I'll have to get something just to hold that up there. Once I'm happy with it, I'll have it secured, something like this, right round, so there'll be no kinks anywhere, or something like that. So in the meantime, I'll have to get a wee screw or something just to hold that in place, because it's going to kink. Okay, I'll get back to you there when I get that sorted. Our tire roughly wired up, put it on, got myself a wee bit of an oil drum there, and turned it on there and turned it back off again. And the boss is pitching out here, so that there is not, I was sort of half afraid that wouldn't seal, but I didn't know. But anyway, that's not going to work, so I'll have to change tactics and get something else sorted. I'll get back to you when I figure that out. As you can see, I pulled that end off. It's not going to work. I put a couple of washers on it, but it's still not going to work. So I'm back with this here. I'm going to try to get this fitting sorted and get back to you and see if that work out for me. Put a wee bit of this BFG tape on. Hopefully it'll help the thing. Okay. Put in maybe show up the olive. Put her on the nut. I will call that good. Call that good. Right, now my job is to get this here onto that. I know this looks like a mess, but look at it is what it is. Anyhow, I'll put a wee bit of heat on that there, just to widen her a wee bit. And my intention is to get this onto the likes of that, and then so that's that on that. I know it's a bit of a squeeze, but look, it's on. That's the main thing. I'm going to have to get a screwdriver here. Radio. Could have enough stuff around you, but you know that. Right. I don't know about everybody else, but I don't give enough stuff around me. I have a pile of stuff at the same time. Right, hopefully that'll do the job there now. We'll try this in here and see if that'll make a difference. That's my setup there again. This time I have a stick connector on. And we'll try that. Nearly out of water. Anyhow. Out of water by a bet you. Because that thing is not sucking. So it's not, you know that? Keep her going again. I got a wee bit. Now, check for leaks. What's the water? Seems to be dry. That's the water there, boys. I know it's not. Oh, Jesus. I'll tell you just the right pressure out of that wee pump. Not a wee Chinese cheap pump. Turn it off. Then I switch her off. I'm switching her off at the moment up here. Of course I'll be using this wee switch here at the side. A wee bio. That seems to be it. The setup. And again, I just want to disconnect. I just pull that out. And away I go. And I'll put this other wee pump in here. I'll get this tidied up a wee bit. And then I'll get back to you. This is a wee bit ropey down here now, the wiring, but we'll sort that out too. Okay, that's roughly my setup there of wiring that wee sink up. I'm using a 5 gallon drum there, and with a top on it like that. You can get them out of Amazon, and just drilled a hole on it and put my wire up through. And that in there's odd blue, as you can see. I'm going to use that one for ambient because it's nice and handy and light. There's no weight on it. Even if it's full, there's no weight. So I'll use it for a wee while to get going, and then once I get settled I know exactly what I have to put in. I have another one of these drums anyway, one of them big ones, so I'll put one of them in if need be. Okay, talk later. Okay, back at it again. Had to change a couple of fittings. This is the pump, which just drops into the sit down at the bottom. I have a cut there that just hits the bottom of the tank. So I put that in. That just goes in there, and just lift the wire around, spin it around. That's why I left a wee bit of distance on the wire, and that tight. But I found this connection here not great. So what I did was, it was weeping a wee bit down onto here when the pump was going. By the way, I drilled a wee hole up in here. Now it's only a mil, that's all. It mightn't be enough. It might have to drill a 2 mil hole. But at the moment I've drilled a mil, and I'll watch to see if there's any suction on the bottle. And then I just have this wee boy here, if I can get him on, up, down, and push him down. And that's for the problem. She was weeping between here and here, the last one. So that's the original fitting that is meant to match the top and bottom. But anyway, that's over now the hose I have here at the house. So back again, and after changing that one, I've now had to go and change that one. Now I still don't know if it's going to work, but I'll just check it here and see how it goes. Back to this damn thing for having the switch wired up yet. So far so good. So far so good. And that's the water. She's going rightly. I don't know what's this here. I can see my drum sucking in a wee bit there now. So I take it that hole there at 2 mil isn't really enough, you know. It's starting to suck in a wee bit. So I'll probably put, I didn't want to drill a big hole, rather drill a small one and then just change the drill bit and get bigger. Really I should be putting on a wee valve on there. That's the wee 1 mil drill bit, if you can see it. I don't know if you can or not, but that's it anyway. So that's the water just running into this wee tank here. I know that's only a 10 gallon and that in there is 20, but I'll be out in the summertime, so I don't want the damn thing smelling, so I'll change that fairly regular. It's nice and handy, just tip it out and away you go. So that's roughly the setup I have there at the moment. So I'll tidy all that up, and it's not leaking, so I'll use that fitting there. It seems to be a good one. And again, I'll tidy this wiring up and I get it wired to my wee switch up in here. So for now, a cabinet to put in there anyway. So Okay folks, talk to you later. Hope that was helpful to someone. I don't know, a wee bit of addition to the family that we buy up here. I'll keep the hose nice and straight. If I want to clip them out, just do that. In the meantime, he just sits there. So if I want that out, I know of a temporary lead, just go to the temporary supply. As I said before, that one's plugged just in case the water will circulate right round down the other side. So when I want to take him out, I just pull it. Well, I can't really do so much more. I can up like that. Unscrew this. Pull out my wee pump. And that's it. Take that boy away and get him filled. And then when he's filled again, that wee boy just stays on top. He doesn't move anywhere. Just get him up. Drop him back in again. Just drop him on down. And again, just as long as you leave a wee bit of slack on the wire and stuff. Put it there. Because this here is nice and loose, I can move him up and down. Bring him over. Push him. That's it down now and pull him in. And that's me. Shield pump. I've disconnected the waste pipe there now. But that's the setup there of the first one. So we'll have to get it rigged up to set that wee switch up in there. So we'll do that. I want to get a chance. As opposed to this boy here that's coming direct off the control panel up the back. As you can see up there. No one's covered in yet, but it will be. So there you are. That's one part of it done. I have another bit to go. Talk to you later on. Okay folks, that's it roughly. Done there now. So there's the control panel up here for my sink. Turn it on. Back down to the wee button here. Now I have another unit to put alongside this, but hit the button. I'm not out of water. Well, I'm damn near it anyway. Now I can put that on ahead if you want more. That's a fire flow there now, but maybe that's a bit much. Stop it from split. So that's it there. And then that's my setup there underneath. Coming out of this one here, straight up round, right round into the top. The waste is coming from here, straight down and into an odd blue. Now I know the waste is, it's only half the size of the fresh water, but the simple reason is I'd might be in that every day, if not twice a day. It's not a problem. That can just slip out, pull out the wee bungee cord, and away you go. So it's simple enough, but it's not simple. It took long enough to get that all organised between leaks here and leaks up here and leaks up in there. There's just different wee bits and pieces, but that's what I've used anyway. I've just used a straight fit in there, and I should have used that at the start, I suppose. You plumber boy just would have told me that, but anyhow. I've used a straight fit in there, wee short bit of pipe. So that's my setup, and that's the sink. So hopefully that'll, and then this wire here, it's not tidied up yet. For I have another wire to hook into this in here. I've left provisions for it around there just to hook in. And that's going to go through a hole here and straight out, and that's going to supply a cigarette lighter, and I suppose I can charge a phone as well. And then I've made a hole up here, so my gas is going to come through here, through the back of this unit, and in through here, and into a cylinder at the back of the, underneath the bed, down in there. So that's where that's going to go. So hopefully that's that wee job done. We're moving on there rightly in this wee thing. So if that's any help for someone, oh there's there, put that round. Put it down, and then we just put that down like that. That's it. That's my switch. I've another unit now coming out to here. I've left the holes and all provisions for the holes, one's for the gas and the others for electrical cable, as I say. So that's me finished. Okay, talk later on.